Hi guys, so today we went to the UPS store. I guess UPS's way of trying to connect with me and just let me know that, hey, we want you to come and visit our store because they sent me a text message that says you have a package, and I'm pretty sure because when I tried to go to when I tried to get my Amazon package to come get picked up, they really didn't come and pick up my package. So I had to go all the way to Koreatown to find out. I had to go all the way to Koreatown to get my package returned, which really upset me because I was like, oh, I don't want to. I'm still recovering. I know you guys want me to know where your store is, and it's important to know, but I think that if somebody tells you that they're disabled, I think that listening is absolutely important because it puts a lot of work and pressure on the person's body if they don't get a chance to heal from whatever the issues are. So the more I work, the more I'm damaging my body, which I rebuke, but the more I make it, it's true, the more I make it worse for myself in terms of recovery. So it's very important that I fully recover, but it was good, and they must have been desperate. There's nothing wrong with that. We all are desperate. I'm sharing and promoting everybody else's business, and I know a lot of you guys want me to come check out your business and your company, but I can't do that thoroughly or better or well if I am not well or fully recovered yet in the physical. So there's a lot that I have to deal with. I have to deal with Zach and Quincy and try to help Zach understand our connection as twin flames, and just kind of be patient and continue to believe it and not doubt it, just because I'm more of a emotional type of person. So if I don't feel like, it's not that I don't feel anything between us, it's just that our connection is sleeping. So when your connection is sleeping, the reason the connection sleeps so that he can deal with the situation that he's in that moment, the universe using him to give birth to children in the white community. And then I'm not allowed to get intimate with black guys or something like that. Maybe that's what I'm supposed to do, but I'm not allowed to get intimate with them, so nothing personal. So with that being said, Bank of America, I had to see if we can fill out a direct deposit. I want to see if I could sign up and see what Bank of America has to offer me. I do know that Bank of America is giving out $300 for those of you guys that are looking to make a little extra cash while getting a new bank. And then if you try it, you can tell us the experience, right? Because I've been with Chase Bank, I've been with Wells Fargo, and I can explain to you guys the issues or what's going on. So the best bank for me right now is definitely Chime, because Chime is really, really getting into detail of what we all need. But there are people that are advanced that probably feel like they don't need that extra help. But I know us in the poor communities, mentally poor, are definitely going to need that extra, like ABC. Hey, here is how to save. Here is how to manage your finances. Chime is the app. It's not just for people that are poor, mentally poor. It's also for people that are super busy and just don't have time. What I love about Chime is that you actually can do direct deposit if you're a person that gets Social Security. I feel like it's specifically made for you guys. You don't have to go to the welfare office and to the Social Security office to actually put direct deposit or to get direct deposit and give them the form. You can do it right there on Chime, and that's how I was able to do it. It was amazing. It takes almost, I think, about 3 months, because I went to the welfare office to try to get welfare office to try to get some paperwork to try to do my direct deposit over there, and all of a sudden it just didn't work. Like, you know what I mean? I've been waiting for them to put it so I don't have to keep going to Ralph's to get money off of my card. But guess what? There's a brand new Ralph's down the street close to Target, and it's a lot cleaner, and I'm pretty sure they're going to treat me better. I always record because it's very important for you guys to let your employees know that recording is okay and it's important, and by law, people are allowed to record, and as long as they sign to work with the company, they sign with they agree that they are allowed to be on camera, not only for the family but the people that record the business, because the people that record the business, that the customers that come to visit the business, are the ones that are the eyes for the company. Like, this is me, my eyes. I get to tell this company what's going on, what's wrong, so they can fix it. Right? To tell them if it's reasonable, if it's right. Your feedback is very important. It's what's going to make America great again. Do not, especially the Spanish community, you got to thank you, Trump, for sending them back. Send them all back. We maybe not all. Okay, that's a little bit pushing it, because not everyone is doing a bad job. So we will be honest, but majority of them are, because they're argumentative when you try to educate them, and they're because they don't want to lose, and they don't want to, you know what I mean? Why should we argue with you? Why do we argue? You see, me and white people, usually majority of the time, we don't argue. They don't have time to argue because they have to work. I don't have time to argue because I have to work. But if I feel like I'm not being educated enough, I'm going to start an argument, not to start fights, but to kind of have a better understanding of why I shouldn't do certain things, right? But it's not that I wouldn't want to listen. It's just that I want to explain it to people. When they ask me about how was your experience at Rayon Sunset? That's what happens when you go to other companies or you move to other apartments. They're like, what happened at your other apartment? So I want to be clear. If anything happens, I'm a very social person. I'm great at communication, and I feel like I can explain things well if I understand why I'm being persecuted. If I'm being persecuted, and I understand why they don't do creative arts, I think you guys should be specific and say, because you think that by why would you invite people that you don't feel like are going to add to the company, right? By the way, there's a Starbucks on this side of the street, which is awesome. The people here were super nice. I appreciate it. But again, we really don't want homeless people hanging out here. So try to go take a shower, period, point blank. When I was homeless, I needed a place to stay, and Starbucks was available. But I definitely made sure I washed up. So I would hate to go to any business and see a bums hanging out there, because it's really, really bad for business, right? I always made sure I made myself presentable, but I was still persecuted by people in the Spanish community. White people don't do it. I don't see only one white person did it, and he was gay. I think he wasn't white. No, I think he was actually Spanish. Yeah, majority of the Spanish community, the white people in this country know better. They know better. And if they talk and gossip, they'll do it behind your back before they do it in your face, because they don't want to start problems with you that they can't even finish, right? And they're not the kind of people that really have time to start problems. That's not how white people are. That's how Spanish people act, right? Because they're feeding into the bullshit. And once you become smarter, you don't feed into the bullshit. You remove yourself from the situation, and you join with people that can actually work to fix the problem. If you go to white people and complain about black people, they're just going to look at you and say, well, what can you do to help? Because we brought them here. Are you going to complain, or are you going to be a part of the solution? Be a part of the solution. Because complaining doesn't get you anywhere. Right? But deported. This is a business. This is a business, and we came to work. Yes, it's a place. It's a place where people live. It's a family. People have families here, etc., etc. But even the families is a business. It's a business. Whenever people are family members, they work. And when they work, they share those funds by feeding their family members. That's business. Your sister, your brother, It's every day you're putting in like a mental application if you guys can work with each other. When I look at my sisters and I see that there's nothing they can do for me in the future when I become someone, I'm like, I can't help you. There's nothing that you can do for me, so why should I allow you to work with me? Because if I build a palace, if I build an apartment complex, whatever it is, we're going to have to work on stuff. Can you be a part? Can you help me with stuff? My sister basically can't help me. She doesn't want to help me. They don't want to bow down to me. And therefore, I didn't ask anybody to bow down. All I asked is that you help. Same thing. Your parents, when you're born, your parents ask you if you can help them clean the house. So they're not the only one cleaning the house. Are you going to help your mother, or are you going to sit around there doing nothing? It all depends on how your brain operates. And a lot of you guys, if you teach your brain, you see what my baby Zach is doing. He's doing everything mommy is asking him to do. He's doing everything I need. That's why I know he's my twin. It's incredible. And we're partners here. You know, we're just helping each other out. And maybe Quincy is my best friend, and I just forgot who she was in the past. But Zach is not very fond of that. But husbands don't like best friends interfering with their connection, with their relationship with someone, because it takes away from time that we're supposed to spend with each other. The more you spend your time with your best friend, the less time you have with your husband, unless you spend so much time with him that he's like, okay, baby, go get a break. That's what a best friend's for. I'd rather you talk to your best friend than you talk to some strangers that we don't know to invite in our lives, right? But yes, it is weird for you to have sex with my best friend, my husband, my best friend to have sex with my husband. You know, I think it is weird, and I don't want it to happen, but we have no choice, and you have no choice. Who would you rather choose, a stranger or someone that's close to you that you care about? Looking at Quincy, she doesn't seem like a bad person. If Zach is taking good care of her, taking good care of her, not just that, but is just responding well. Just because he's responding well doesn't always mean things are perfect, of course. But even just from his body, the way he looks like he's nurtured. He looks like he's nurtured. His skincare routine is on point. And I don't think that Quincy is lying. You know, she probably is helping him. She's the girl. A lot of guys don't like to do girly things, right? So she's inspiring him to take care of his skin. You know, and I'm sorry, Quincy, if he becomes spoiled. I'm listening to how his behavior is. You're not in trouble, babe. You're not in trouble with me. You're not. And if you know the way I talk, maybe if it aggravates you in any way, I just want to let you know that I'd rather talk to you like my baby, my child. Even if we weren't twins, by me talking to you like you're my twin, is going to pull my real twin closer. It's going to pull, if you weren't, let's say, hypothetically speaking, I believe you are. There's nobody doing it like you. There's nobody that's got me captivated and got me, there's nobody that got me captivated, got me working on this the way you do, unless I'm learning from it. So you must be my twin, because I'm not allowed to just, when you don't align, it's all about what the time that we're in. We're in a time of twin flames. And that's why I went through we paid the price for the dark night of the soul, being without your partner. So there was a guy that showed up who is Hunter as he's probably my other half. He's probably both of our twin. You know, we're probably triplets, like I said. It's not impossible, right? And Hunter's job is to fill us with that, is to comfort me while she's comforting Quincy, while Zach is comforting Quincy. It's obvious, right? And then, so I don't feel bad. I can have a reward. If I don't have a reward, I'm going to get jealous and I'm going to feel bad later, but I'm not a jealous girl. I'm happy that she's pretty. I don't want him to be with an ugly girl. She may not be the prettiest girl in the world, which I'm glad, but the universe has a way of making the girl not perfect to a point where your twin is going to believe that you're not the one, like he found the one. right? So it doesn't have to be, it's just it's the universe speaking to me, right? He knows what he likes. I may not be the same face that he saw when we first met in the past, in our past lives, but he knows what he feels when he's with me, or when he sees me. And our eyes are like a code, and when we look at each other, our it's like we're receiving messages that, hey, this is you. Look how he looks at you. I've seen